It's our first Tuesday of the year. Yes. Until tomorrow before it's 1 week. Welcome to the show. I am Tokwe Makodiga. Still Happy New Year from all of us here. Happy New Year, YK!
Happy New Year. Nice to see you guys again. Nice to be here again. Nice to be on the first Tuesday of the year. And once again, a Happy New Year to our viewers. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for being loyal to us. That's what I have to say. And though, I just want to take excuse. I might fall asleep on the show today. I've been awake since 2 a.m. honestly, and my eyes are just closing. So please, if you just see me just doze like that, excuse me. It's the age.
We're giving you grace.
Give me the grace.
We're giving you grace.
When you refuse to close your eyes, now you're saying...
This one went to go and sleep up there. I was just jealous in her.
Nima has a gift. She has a gift and strength. Like the kind of schedule that Nima has. This holiday, I didn't have a maid, and I had to appreciate Nima a bit differently because the kind of work she lives and goes through every day, drives through every day, and shows up here with energy.
Yes.
I don't drive through every day and shows up here with energy. I'm like, Omo, you dey try. I don't fit.
How do you
no
I
fit.
take power naps.
Hey.
So I can park my
she
car
takes power naps.
at Anthony in that filling station. Let me not give them food and just sleep in front of them.
Wow.
I do that.
It's
You know,
important.
it's wise because power naps on the road, if you are feeling sleepy, very, very important. You know, just Nigeria is no more safe. But I used to do it. I would just park at the side of the road and sleep.
Wow.
No, so I have certain
When I was
points
younger.
where I think it's safe. Once I feel, I just target that place, park into the service
And
lane
rest.
and rest, and then I continue.
That's the rest.
But you look fresh.
Thank you. I've
You
had
look-
enough. Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm fine. This morning I want to greet somebody because they bought the whole of Vanguard for this. High Chief Dr. Emenona Victor Wales Egu Kaori, the JP FCILG. I think is the owner of Chairman Day Wales group of companies, and it's some big shot.
You don't know him, but he was so celebrated.
But I greet you, sir.
You joined to
With all
celebrate.
humility. I hope the secretary would on TV and say this Alaja greeted you, so you can reach out to me. The way they bought the Vanguard was
so
heavy. It was a
So
pregnant
heavy.
paper this morning. So I'm greeting him. He's 60 today. I think,
Happy
he was
birthday.
Happy birthday, sir.
Happy birthday, sir.
Amaka, the freshest of them all.
My darling.
You are making plenty statements. Your glasses is making statements. Your jewelry making statements. Which I don't even know which one I should look at. I'm just
I'm
looking
loving
at
the
you.
next thing.
So all I want to say is this, right? In 2026, when you walk into any room and you want to command the room, you need to start with, you need to make sure that you have a conversation starter.
Again.
You need to be intentional that from what you're putting on, somehow have a conversation starter that people walk up to you to say, I like this. You look, there's something that starts up the conversation, and you start up business conversations. So that's the nugget I'm dropping this morning for you guys.
Yeah.
Always be intentional about having a conversation starter. Intentional about it. Yes. How are you, darling? You look good, and I can see your conversation starter.
My hair is static conversation,
Yes.
but Tokpa is grateful. I just have to be grateful. I've in the past 3 months, I've had malaria like back to back in a way that is not convenient, and I called my friends when they said, "Have you been using your multivitamin? Have you been using your vitamin C? Have you been using vitamin D3? Have you been using?" I'm like, it's not like I did not want to use it, but I forgot. You know how you have things that would help boost your immune system, but you don't use it consistently until you fall ill, and then you're now using drugs to heal. So right now, I will take the dongoyaro, I will take my vitamin C, I will take vitamin D3, I'll use my multivitamins. A stronger immune system means you are less susceptible to falling ill.
I used to take that
Let's
dongoyaro
not take
to
it for
lose
granted.
weight.
Oh, you can use it to lose weight?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Someone told me you can take it to lose weight. I think I was losing weight, but then one day I went to take, I don't know, maybe they didn't wash the leaves well or something. I slept in the toilet. I woke up
And said no more.
3 a.m. They had to rush me to the hospital.
Wait, that's how it works now. Detoxing you.
Detoxing.
That's how it works.
So please, I want dongoyaro. We do both because my cheeks are looking very round at the moment.
I say our time is not up. You see that food that I ate this holiday?
I see myself on
exercise and
screen.
no
YK.
exercise.
This is not my real
Nothing
face.
works.
I need to get back into...
Nothing. The exercise is not even working. I was, you see, our
YK
own
added
Christmas party. So keep... Don't even talk to this woman.
I'm not talking to her.
Because
We'll take a break. When we return,
Let's take a break.
we'll go through the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right
because
back.
it's the same food we ate now. That food I had 6 weeks.
No, it's not the same thing you ate to. You know you didn't stay at the party now.
By the time we're coming back, when we come back, we'll continue.
Are we still on?
Okay, well.
No, we're still on. So let's take a break. When we return, at the end, this gist is so sweet that even the viewers are enjoying it. But we'll take a break because the newspaper has more stories for us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We're starting our front page review today with The Nation. Major headline: the Nigerian Revenue Service NRS chair, tax reforms will support sustainable growth. Laws not targeted at opposition figures. In other news, Wike Bashiru clash over Rivers politics. Minister leave state alone. Party chief resign, face politics. In other news, Kwakwanso Governor Yusuf part ways. Federal lawmakers split. Stock market capitalization hits 101 trillion naira, fits a milestone. This is good news. Arraigned Maduro and president. Ondo Justice Ministry, 3 others lead in performance review as Kalu timeout for OT's government. So what story are we starting with? There's also a picture story of back to school. Good news for those that are in resuming school in Ibadan. Pupils of Okebola Comprehensive High School. That uniform looks very, very... looks like the kind of uniform that I wore when I was in school.
Yes,
all right.
Like my primary school.
Yeah. What story are we starting with?
I took the story of the crisis that has broken out in between Minister Nyesom Wike and the All Progressives National Secretary Senator Ajibola Bashiru. They are exchanging words. Because Wike has been going about talking about Fubara, and Bashiru has told him to look, please mind your party, leave our party. If you are APC, you are PDP member. Fubara is APC. Leave him. So he went to advise. I had to advise him to quit the position of minister, so that he can face reverse politics. Wike is saying that all of them are running there because there is a 600 billion naira that's what's his name left.
The sole
The
administrator.
sole administrator, the one that he left. So that's what. So Bashiru has told him that scum, this matter that you are talking, be able to prove it because you will answer me in court. Say it's 600 billion that I'm going to go and collect. So.
And you know the funny thing, the stubborn head that Wike has, that Fubara did not match, is that Edmond have come to match it. So that she don't have energy.
He has energy. Interesting.
So we'll be watching this movie. Well, I have the
You know, because the other one, Gidom, is APC in Gaidom in Port Harcourt, in Rivers. He was abusing Fubara. This don't even talk to our own person. Our is our governor.
Okay.
Oh, try it. So this you see, Rivers politics is popcorn
Popcorn,
yes,
popcorn
we pop the
They
corn
say
and sit down and watch.
Sit down and watch.
I tell you, I love watching
Watch
it.
it.
Yesterday I was
I
watching
love watching
what they were doing online when he was talking, and then they'll not play the band. It's the band that is the
There,
band that gets
beyond the
Me,
band,
I'll
there
stand up
was
and
one.
dance to pe- 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 pe-
Amaka, you
pe-
miss the voice. There was one voice behind Wiki that every word he says, last word, he echoes it. So he has Oletele Afa in his team. Also now, this drama is looking like the Bashiru is the Dada's Egbon. It's
Okay,
Fubara's
fantastic.
coming to bring
Like
drama.
Mike has advised us, pop your corn, watch the
I watch
movie.
it.
Nima,
So,
what story do you
I
have?
have the Institute of Governance and Leadership Accountability. They've released their 2025 end-of-year assessment of the Ondo State government. And leading in front in good performances, of course, is the Ministry of Justice in Ondo State, headed by Attorney General and the Commissioner for Justice, Olukayode Ajulo SAN, ON, who is overall best performing ESCO member. After him, of course, is the Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Mrs. Olaolu Akidolire, and then after her is the Commissioner for Health, and like that. So they, of course, lauded the Attorney General of Ondo State for his several contributions, chairing several committees, agencies, working against anti-human trafficking, land grabbing, and all of those innovative ideas that he's brought. So, well done.
Okay, so I have a major headline. The tax laws that took effect last week will support sustainable development and rapid economic growth. Executive Chairman of the Nigerian Revenue Service, NRS, formerly Federal Inland Revenue Services, Dr. Zach Adedeji has said. He explained that while tax reform often attracts political commentary, the overriding objective remains the stability of the economy and the development of credible institutions capable of supporting long-term national progress. He dismissed fears that the new tax reform framework could be used by the federal government to marginalize political opposition or target individuals based on political affiliation. He also said that the reforms were driven by national interest and institutional accountability. So we should get ready, because in 2026, we'll keep hearing about, at least the first quarter, about this tax law reforms. We keep hearing about it, keeps echoing, because there's just so many wrong and misinformations out there, so that people can, come on board and jump on board and align with this new agenda.
All right, moving on to the Punch. Major headline: 2027 battle. Rivers crisis escalates as top APC governors back Fubara. APC Secretary, FCT Minister clash over Rivers Governor. How Imo politics spark Wiki APC rift. YK already said, pop your popcorns to watch that series. Venezuela, Maduro arraigned in U.S. court amid protest. In other news, you have insurgency, AU extends Nigeria, others joint military operations. Sahara Group eyes 7,000 megawatts in major power sector push. Joshua may quit boxing after car crash. And Nigerians cut household spending by 14 trillion as inflation bites hard. What story do we take before the break?
Okay, let me take Maduro. It's a very short one. So the toppled president, or the kidnapped president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, pleaded not guilty to narcotic charges when arraigned in court yesterday in New York. And his wife and him, who were captured on January 3rd, and indicted on charges linking them to narcotic terrorism and conspiracy, were both arraigned in court in New York. Protesters were in court on both sides, opposing and supporting the U.S. president on his kidnap of the president of another country. The abduction of the president of another country. So we are just watching. That's what
another season film loading.
Another popcorn.
Another popcorn moment. We'll take a break. When we return, we continue with the front page review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to Esplash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Helper.
I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. Esplash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's Esplash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced, even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
Our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise,
rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
To keep building, to keep hoping. Now hope,
they carry us.
even when wahala dey choke, we stand gidigba. Hope dey waka with us for downfall.
It a gist with us for Buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit e no fit scatter. Hope na that pikin wey dey read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope, now the mama where they
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We're continuing the front page review. We're talking about The Nation. What story should we take
No,
next?
we're not in The Nation, we're in
Oh,
The
we're
Punch.
now in
Yes.
Punch.
Papa is still on
She needs
holiday.
that rest.
I didn't hear it. Flesh and blood did not reveal it to you.
Now what?
So what is Joshua saying?
Okay, yes, so
Attorney
the
Joshua.
former heavyweight champion, Anthony Joshua, has said, it's his uncle, he didn't say it, his uncle has told Punch exclusively that the 36-year-old boxer has said he will quit boxing. You know that the two that died were his very close, one was his boxing coach, the other one was his, I can't remember. Anyway, they said the family visited him in Shagamu. The Punch visited him in Shagamu, and they said they're even happy that he's about to quit boxing because every time he's knocked down in the ring, their chest is coming out of their mouth. They are very emotional about it. So it's even traumatic for them. And Joshua has said that he's going to look after the families of his friends that were killed in the car crash. I think it's such a sad story, and I wanted to take that story because I want to talk about the situation on our roads. Yes, the driver was at fault. I'm not exonerating the driver, and I'm happy that he has been arrested. But we too, we need to check. I've been taking pictures. I want to put it into a small video. On that Lekki road, I see trailers there every day, every night.
Without any indication?
No lights. I mean, it's dark.
They are not enforcing trailers.
My cousin, who is a doctor in America, he said, when at Christmas, he said to me, he said, that one thing he has noticed when he comes to Nigeria is that nobody is wearing glasses and they are driving. Are you telling me that no Nigerian needs glasses? Do you understand? And I remember when I went for my eye test, the doctor said, your eyes, you need glasses to drive. I said, no, I can drive. Nobody's going to. He said, no. If you are driving in England, you will need glasses. He gave me glasses for driving. Do you understand? But in this part of the world, we don't take those kind of things.
It's true. How many bus drivers do you actually see with glasses?
No,
I've never seen
need it.
anyone.
You don't see anybody with glasses now.
Wow, that's true. That's a good one.
So I was even giving my own glasses too, so that I can drive with it, because the sun reflecting back in my eyes gives me this pain.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, the African Union Peace and Security Council has renewed the mandate of the multinational joint task force fighting Boko Haram in the Lake Chad Basin for another 12 months. I don't know why 12 months. Within 1 month, they should just finish everything.
Okay.
The MNJTF comprises military personnel from Benin, Cameroon, Chad, and Nigeria, and is headquartered in N'Djamena with a mandate to end the Boko Haram insurgency. Niger was a member until its withdrawal in 2025. The extension adopted at the Council's 1,318th meeting held on December 15, 2025, and obtained from the AU website on Monday stated the renewed mandate will run from February 1st, 2026 to January 31st, 2027. It said in part, requests the AU Commission and the LCBC to renew the Memorandum of Understanding and support implementation agreement that guides the provision of the AU's additional support to the MNJTF for a period of 1 more year. So this is great. It shows that at least we are listening and we are fighting terrorism. But I just don't think we need under 12 months. I think within 1 month we can just end this whole thing.
By God's grace. So we all know that there's been the economy shrunk, but now we have data supporting it. They said household consumption shrunk by 31% in 2024. That Nigerians cut their household expenses, and it was based on the inflation. They also mentioned in the news article that the persistent high inflation to 2024, soaring food prices, transport, energy, and accommodation costs have pushed many families to the edge, and they are having to prioritize just basic needs that even many lower income earners cannot afford staple food items because it rose so high in 2024. However, the salary increase within 2024 by 18% still did not make much difference, because the salary might have increased, but the expenses took the entire increase in the salary that happened. So I'm happy they have the data. Hopefully it would impact on the policy implementation going forward. Moving on to Daily Sun, major headline. Wike APC scribe fight over Fubara. We've taken that story already. Bode George calls for viable opposition to strengthen democracy, wants federal government to stop harassing Bala Muhammad. Makinde. In other news, Governor Otis' diatribe won't stop Tinubu APC's victory in 2027 from Orji Kalu. Security beef up as local government workers resume in Osun State. Federal government to case stiffer measures against exam malpractices, assign unique questions to candidates. PDP crisis, Turaki Wike camp renew fight. Ministers' men battle for control of states. As there's a picture of the Sun Awards 2025. All right, what story do we start with?
Let me take the Federal Ministry of Education announcing stiffer measures against exam malpractice. So the Director of Press and Public Relations to the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, has announced new measures to ensure that we have more credible examinations within the country. He is reported to have said that there will be randomization and serialization of questions, just as we used to do in JAM, and that will ensure that while all candidates are writing the same exam, they do not have the same sequence and arrangement. You know, they will have different sequences and arrangement that will separate each candidate and ensure that every student writes a unique version of the exam, just as JAM type whatever we used to have. And he also announced that there will be a unique examination learner's identity number for all candidates that will enable that you don't bring a strange person, those trafficking of exam writers into exam hall to take exam. And, you know, it will strengthen monitoring and accountability and support of long-term reforms of exams and certification and data management of exam subscribers. He also said that they will be conducting exams now under strengthened supervision and coordination, and relevant examination bodies must ensure strict compliance. And then he reiterated the ministry's stance on transfer of candidates at the senior secondary school class 3 that we had taken as our topic last year. It also said that, to ensure transparency, and the Federal Ministry has announced new national continuous assessment, that has been developed for immediate implementation. He has asked also the exam bodies, WAEC, NECO, to follow strictly these new regulations that they have released.
All right. Moving on to Vanguard, major headline. Terrorist abducts passengers on busy Kwara highway, sets police outpost ablaze in Niger. Residents flee communities in Agwara, Borgu local government area after weekend's deadly attack by bandits. Then we have the story, Trump sets sights on Greenland, threatens Cuba, Colombia, Mexico. And then we took the story of Wike APC scribe on warpath over rivers. Over 33% of Nigerian immigrants in the U.S. live on public benefits. That's from Trump. Super Eagles thrash Mambas 4-0. Zoom into quarter-finals. I was really curious about the 33% Nigerians, but somebody has the story of Super Eagles. Who has the story?
I do. Congratulations to us and to my husband and my son. The two of them did not sleep. We girls went to sleep. So yesterday, the Super Eagles beat the Mambas of Mozambique a 4-0 beating to qualify to quarterfinals. And so we're looking at us making it, hopefully, to the top of the AFCON eventually. So thanks to Ademola Lookman, Victor Osimhen, and Akko Adams, who released all the 4 goals in between the 90 minutes match. Congratulations to Nigerians. I don't know why people are not excited.
Hey, we are excited, yo. So, Trump released a figure that was showing the number. Actually, the administration released a figure showing the list of countries and the rates among them whose immigrants are living off some form of public benefits. That's a bit of welfare. And the top 10 countries don't include Nigeria, but Nigeria is among the least because Nigeria gets about, Nigerians, about 33% of Nigerians are receiving some form of support. The top 10 on the list are Bhutan, Yemen, Somalia, Marshall Islands, Dominican Republic, Afghanistan, Congo, Guinea, Samoa, Cape Verde. And the lowest 10 countries also don't include Nigeria, but Nigeria is in between. I wish they released data on what the amounts Nigerians are paying in taxes.
Don't mind it. Because I would like to see what UK would say, and I would like UK to release what they make from Nigerians whenever they bring those their criticism.
All right, so we move on to our final paper for today, the Nigerian Tribune. And the major headline is the story we've been taking, Wike APC National Secretary in War of Words. We've been taking that story all through.
Wike is fighting everybody. Inside
Tribune, another person is facing
he's fighting the PDP National Working Committee. He's
a wonderful person.
Energy, energy.
Yeah.
Get energy going.
He should go and mentor Anthony Joshua. Other stories, Yobe boat accident, death toll rises to 29, sadly 10 still missing. Health story, natural compound in chocolate can slow down aging. Auntie Yenny, we have to start eating chocolate seriously now. Unsweetened one. Then court orders interim forfeiture of 30.7 million naira linked to alleged NNPCL fraud. And Tinubu appoints Abe Adeniyi as NUPRIC, NMDPRA board chairman, 6 Senate confirmation. But let's quickly take this story of court's orders.
Yes. So the Federal High Court in Abuja yesterday granted an interim, that's a temporary order to forfeit 30.7 million linked to alleged fraud perpetrated within the NNPC to the federal government. And this means that whoever owned the money can show up before it is, permanently forfeited, to come and defend this matter. Simple and short.
So just quickly, the death toll from Saturday is an update of the boat accidents in Yobe State. This has risen from 25 earlier announced to 29. They stated that 4 more bodies were recovered, but then they're still looking for 8 to 10 passengers who are still missing, and that 13 passengers who were injured have been discharged from a local hospital. Fantastic. So may they also rest in peace, and I hope they find the remaining bodies.
All right, that's all we can take on Front Page Review for today. We'll go on a break. When we return, we move into our hot topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Since Nigeria's independence, we have been building. But beyond roads and bridges, we built aspirations to connect and to unite across geographical divides. Beyond housing.
Akara, we see the reason say tomorrow go soft for am.
Naija, your freedom na promise. Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments, just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences
could be a disagreement.
Two voices, two views, standing apart.
Or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect.
Sound, are you ready?
And the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Healthy Tuesday on Your View, we will be examining policies and practices that affect the well-being of Nigerians. Today, we turn our attention to childhood obesity and the influence of food advertising on what children consume. Starting this week, the UK has introduced a nationwide ban on junk food advertisements on televisions before 9 p.m. and all time online. The policy targets food that are high in fat, salt, and sugar, such as soft drinks, sweets, chocolates, pizza, and ice cream, identified as major contributors to childhood obesity. Here in Nigeria, fast food, sugary drinks, and ultra-processed snacks are heavily advertised, often during family and children viewing hours. With rising cases of childhood obesity, diabetes, and lifestyle-related illnesses, the question becomes unavoidable. Should Nigeria follow suit by restricting junk food advertising to protect children's health? Or would such a policy be impractical in our local context? Today on Your View, we'll be exploring this particular topic, the economic consideration, and what a locally tailored approach could look like for Nigeria. First, we'd like to hear your thoughts on the ban. Join the conversation by calling us on 020-1635-2013 or 090-2416-3440. Or you can tweet to us at TVC Connect, hashtag Your View on TVC, so we can read your tweet. We're also streaming live on YouTube at TVC Entertainment. Okay, the ban is happening in the UK. What are the lessons we can learn here? Are we for the ban or against the ban? YK has grandchildren in the country where this policy is, so it's close to home. Don't say it's not our business. So, but YK, what's your opinion on the ban? Because right now, from this week, there's a ban on advertisements of sugary food, food high in fat, over-processed food, all junk food, on online completely, and even on television, it has to be after 9 p.m. Do you think it will make any difference?
It probably will. It probably will. Because as a kid, I remember there's this drink, I will tell you the name of it, I'm not allowed to say it on TV, but it's a drink that kids drink and they take to school. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to see that advert and they say, the children always come first. And kiniko. I worried my mom to buy that drink for me.
The advert had influence.
It had influence on me. So it's now as an adult, I know that
it was just
whether you drink the drink or not, if you are going to come last, you must come last. You know? So I guess advertising does have an effect. It's not like that. You don't know.
Subliminal.
Yes, that's the word. It's a subliminal effect. But so I guess it's a good idea. But in Nigeria, do we really sell junk food?
We do.
See my mouth. As in, my mouth just paused.
We do. No, our food is healthy now.
No,
for children.
For children.
See, which okay, name the junk food.
I won't name it, but there are many. There's
many
snacks.
options.
The children's snacks going to school is largely over-processed.
You know, this
but let me
also
hear your
includes
opinion.
some soft drinks. And
yes.
This drink that YK mentioned now is one of those drinks. And you know what advertising does to is, you know, just as you said, it's for a child who watches such adverts would consume more, would be more open to such options. For me, who as a child who didn't want to see sugar as a baby, he couldn't eat honey. My son couldn't take honey. He couldn't take sugar as a baby till he was 2. The way they take sweets now, because, you know, on the advert, I remember my son as a young child, as under 2, he would say, "Mommy, I want a snack." And then I would open him some chin-chin. I would give him, say, "No." I said, "A snack, an apple." He would correct me that an apple is not. I said, "No, that's a fruit." He said, "No, that's a snack. Carrot, snack, apple, snack." And now he's grown, he's watched a lot of TV. He knows that, oh, that's the snack. I want this, I want that. He eats based on what he is, you know, attracted to food based on what he sees first. So that's how dangerous, you know, these adverts are. And, you know, just to support what we did yesterday as our topic, you know, we were talking about the SGF, debating and guessing whether the Ministry of Health and the NAFDAC should proceed to enforce ban on sachet alcohol. You know, when water don't cost past alcohol, what do you think people would consume?
Exactly.
And, you know, we're talking about how dangerous this was to the society. This is another society dealing with its own problems, the way it knows how. And the government, everybody on top of it. The other society we saw was the Australian government banning social media for kids under 16 and enforcing it because they have data to go ahead to do it. So whatever the problem of your society is, you need to study it and tackle it head-on with local solutions. And so well done to the British government, but we should be copying this in ways that will help our own society.
We'll still go there.
That sugary something that we all watch the advert of costs me slow movements all through secondary to undergrad. My parents would stock it up at home and we were making it every day. I was slow, not knowing that with PCOS, all of those things were dangerous to me. I would wake up in the morning and I would drag to do everything I had to do. If I wasn't compelled by duty to serve my parents, I'm sure I would be a lazy child. I would drag all through the day until one day I just said to myself, never again. You will notice I don't like taking any tea that is of. I take only my herbs because everybody know wetin work for them. And so I solved that problem just by removing those things and removing bread from my diet. And so sometimes as a society we must know our dispositions, our people, our ways, and help our communities and our younger generation to be stronger. Not just any product, any capitalist product, be profit-oriented and drain our society. What is our youth? How is it affecting our younger ones? How is it in the long term affecting us as a community, as a society? You know, with the kind of young youth that we have, the product they have, whatever they consume, and whatever it results in will affect us in the long term. We should be doing that too.
Right.
Yes, yeah. So I believe that the UK ban is well-intentioned and also evidence-informed. You know, because there's something the Igbos say. They say, "Anya nebuzeli," means the eye eats first.
Yes.
When you bring a food or you see, that's why you have all these restaurants and everything. They have these nice pictures of what they are serving, what their menu looks like. So most times, that's what makes you walk into a restaurant, because you're saying, this thing is looking this nice, so maybe it's going to come out like this. And so that's what adverts do to you and to children, you know, because kids are prone to, you know, they're prone to what they see, and it just sticks in their mind, and then they want and crave that. And I like what you said, Semo, when you said that, you know, the snacks kids take to school, it's filled with...
It's junk.
It's junk. It's just 100% junk. But the drinks, everything is just junk.
Tell me, what kind of snacks? Because do you think chin chin is
even
a
the
bad
biscuits?
snack?
No, chin chin is even still
okay.
Chin chin is okay.
Yes.
And let me let me
No,
let you.
done. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's so much sugar and stuff, and it is so funny how I like the fact that this is going to now challenge PR companies, marketing firms to now think outside the box on how they now want to start advertising products, and also push the manufacturers and producers now to start using, even if you're using sugar cane as the sugar, and start using other healthier options, right? That you're still having the chocolate, you're still having the biscuits, you're still having the juices, but then with healthier options. You know,
so for me, I'm totally for the ban. I'm totally for the ban of. I support the ban of the advertising, because as a parent, I know how my children drag me on things they've seen, that they've seen the ad. I want it because they've seen it. But if they've not seen the ad or get an idea that it would be a nice thing for them to have, they would maybe just the carton alone, I can easily sway them from interest in it. But the advert piques their interest and makes the interest stronger. I also feel that a society, I remember that time I was in the UK, I wanted to, there were drinks, somebody took me to eat, and I saw the drink menu, and I saw that the same drinks, some were higher in price and some were lower in price. I was like, why? Because I didn't even want to take carbonated drinks. I was like, oh, if it is diet, it's cheaper. If it's not diet, if it has sugar, it is more expensive. That is a society that has looked at their numbers and felt like we don't want to be covering the costs of diabetes treatment in future. Let us make it expensive for you to have diabetes by reducing your sugar intake. So they created tax on anything sugary. They also looked at it that obesity is rising in children. This is the data is showing this. So let us reduce the advert to see if that will make a difference. They've also done data that the drinks we have, the popular soda drinks that we have in Nigeria, vis-a-vis the soda drinks in the UK, if you check the sugary content, we have more sugar here. If you check the substance, they said there's a color red. There's something red that they use in making that their own drink red. It's banned in Europe, but it's in our own drink here. So there are many ways where, especially for Europe, they take care of their people. You cannot even leave America. America is capitalist. Anything goes. But you see Europe and these European countries, they actually protect their people. They banned gel polish because there's a particular chemical in gel polish. If you have it, so I think the government needs to look into what are the problems we have based on data, and how do we want to solve those problems. I would like to ask the ladies, let's take the conversation to, you see children in Nigeria now. You see, and Nigeria is polarized. We have the poor and we have the middle class, so the poor, we know, okay, the hustle there is, let's even get food to eat. But then the people that can afford, there's a lot of junk being eaten by those class of people. And YK was asking me, what is the sugary snack? You know, YK she doesn't have children in that she can. The biscuits, the average biscuits you see out now is very, very sugary. And children are taking biscuits. There are soda drinks done in small packs, the carton ones and the bottle ones that are really sugar.
There's this cereal, sorry to cut you, this cereal I'm taking, right? And you're not supposed to even add sugar. So you know how like my brother's house, the children are not allowed to add sugar in their cereal or anything. Just put the milk and go with it. So they now tell you that you shouldn't put sugar, but the cereal alone, I'm drinking that cereal. I love that cereal, God forgive me. But if you put the cereal, you cannot put sugar. So they now put the sugar inside the cereal. It's coated in sugar that you don't even need to now.
Imagine.
So it's
there are many ways sugar is being influenced.
Yes.
But you see, that's the thing. Is it really the sugar or because our food too? By the time you eat pounded yam, that's fattening.
Natural sugar.
No, I'm saying, look,
powdered yam is.
Listen, anytime I go to England,
natural.
I come back, I lose weight. I'm exercising there, and I lose weight. When I come here, whether I'm exercising or I'm not even exercising, I gain weight.
It's not.
I'm not a sugary person. I don't like sugar like that. I don't drink carbonated drinks. By the time I put a
you know what you are doing is rice that is the problem.
Rice I hardly eat rice
not even
anymore.
Rice.
You have left rice now.
It's not rice. Our foods are
left
healthy.
it. Like, when was last time I ate rice? Rice is very far from me now. But eba.
Let's take a break for this Babata. When we come back, we discuss more about what the challenges we are seeing with food in Nigeria for children and what solutions will prescribe.
With garden egg and bitter leaf soup.
Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
You guys, this was the gist about Irasta and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP. But me, I don't know, Sha. Cause fake blogs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for
no cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like, they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, and that's on period.
Like, I just aligned with them like last week, and they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC be cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express. Premium gist on cruise mode. Always first. Always
Clock it.
Clock it.
You know what, guys? I just joined.
Active.
Jess is right. What you're trying to say to you is, for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now to join the TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. So we're still discussing the ban on sugary, fattening advertisements of products that are targeting children in the UK, and we're trying to think of what would be the local solution for Nigeria.
So a lot of work still falls on the parents, and you cannot joke with how parents, in overcompensating our unavailability, those of us that live home early, buy everything.
Buy ice
where
cream.
The children compensate themselves and help themselves. I saw a child. This child certainly was obese. Certainly was. But the parents called it baby fat. They kept justifying it with, you know, the family being fat. I come from a family, or my husband's family would query my babies if they were slim, because their babies are usually big. And I have 2 kids who are slim, because you must check what your children eat. And so we had this argument, myself and this child, just watch what they eat, you know, make sure they eat good food. I said, my kids too don't like the food. But as a parent, you go stubborn at some point. This is what I have. It's food that I have. I don't have money for your, you know, your fast food and all those 2 minute things that they like to eat. And she kept saying no. So a lot of work, yes. Adverts are a thing, but a lot of work still fall on parents. Whatever you make available to your kids. And I promise you, I have seen this. if children do not eat these things, they will not die.
They won't, obviously.
I have 2 kids. I'm serious about it. Between their years of 4 and 10, when I give them breakfast to school, they bring it back. And I mean it. I leave my kids at 6 a.m., which means that's when they add their breakfast. They will be in school till 5 before the bus gets home. And I used to worry. I used to worry seriously. How can you stay these long hours without eating? They are all grown up now. They didn't die. Eventually, the other one got to school and saw how other children eat, and she started eating. Thank God. Now she takes care of, in fact, she makes her own food, she eats well. The younger one still does it. If you, mommy, just give me money for water or give me money for snack. And then he buys this aya. He doesn't buy any snack. It's aya that he buys every day, eats it. And he goes and comes back. Once he gets home, he goes to the pantry and eats what he wants. But you know, this habit of overcompensating kids, packing the lunch bag, packing it, we all did. I did it for years and I suffered for it. Thank God we have cats now. They are the ones waiting for his lunch every afternoon. He pours it for them, brings the flags inside every day. But he's growing as healthy as he wants. Because I think that this fasting that we think is okay for adults, naturally kids will do it. Based on my own experience, the 2 of them, I've stopped worrying. I've told my sisters, when the child doesn't want to eat, just make sure that at least, even if it's 1 meal. And I remember those days he used to worry me to death that, you know, these children, they do 1 meal. They'll come home, they only do that breakfast, they get on the bus, and they bring my full lunch box back, except the water, back to me. Sometimes they bring the water completely full like that, back to me. I used to worry, call teacher, ask for help, pay for a snack. With Gufran, I had to pay a woman that made egg roll in front of our hostel to take into in front of our class in nursery school, then to take into class for her.
Egg roll junk food.
It was available snack. It was an option.
The egg is inside.
It was an option.
Coated with flour, but
with dough.
And it's rarely, it's not sugary.
It's not, no, so it's really sugary.
They are great to this junk food. Let me take this call, then I'll come to you, Amaka. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Honestly, I must say I really appreciate your contributions, and I'm a good follower of your programs, even though I'm a maybe century caller. But I've observed the contribution you people are making, and why I call this morning is because you're discussing something I'm very passionate about, and it gave me concern looking at the financial strength of the majority of our populous society. An average person in Nigeria cannot even have a balanced diet consistently. Is it the meat? But the alternative could be looking at grapes. So if we don't have discipline to even know what to consume, we are at the mercy of what is presented to us. That is how we consume. And my sister there mentioned something about advert. Advert is a very powerful tool to whatever your decision is. Because if you don't know something, you don't even go for it.
Exactly.
So if at all someone is being presented with a particular pattern of food, that person will just believe that's the kind of food he should be consuming. Take example of the geographical setting of this country. Someone that has lived all his life in North may not have tasted snail. And snail is a very proteinous substance.
Yes.
But when he's settled, or despite his maybe, if I may say, tribe, but he was raised at the south, and gradually he was exposed to that, you see that he will now appreciate it and consume it without any dismay. So I think the government have failed in their responsibility to inform people on the kind of diet that is even healthy. We don't even have a nutritious regulatory body. Are they there? No, not even that. A lot of expired food are being consumed at the mercy of people that are buying it without even knowing.
Yes.
Exactly.
So the government just felt that for them to provide security and policies that has to do with road infrastructure is what they are there for. No, we have these bodies that ought to check the health status of Nigerians and find the cause of what is affecting them. Is it the food? You can see people mixing some chemical into grains, and when price goes up, they will push it to the market, and people will consume it, and they die.
True.
And the government are not consigned to do anything about that. So what I will say lastly about this is, I think we need to create awareness bodies that will come and inform people. In as much as you don't have much, you shouldn't consume anything, because your health is first. It's when you are healthy that you'll be able to go out and even fetch for anything that will support you.
Thank you so much, Elkasim. Thank you.
So,
you were going to say?
I was going to say something. So, for me, I think that just banning...
Yeah.
Okay, I think that just banning is not sufficient. I think that the government should also take a step further to even stop these companies from selling these products. You know why? Because there's something called environmental influence. What's environmental influence? My parents might insist that in our house we don't eat sugar. We don't eat certain things. We don't watch certain video games and everything. And I'll go to my friend's house or go to school. My friend's lunch box is full of it and everything. I go to collect the thing from there. And my parents will not even realize what's going on. And when they fall ill and they can't even, my parents will be insisting to the doctor that we don't feed our child this thing, but our child is getting it from somewhere else. And they find that most schools, we love things that are easy. And you find that most parents, they pay schools to feed their kids lunch
food.
And I think that's also is a red flag, because you need to also know what they're giving your children.
I wanted to take it to school.
Consuming.
I wanted to take it. You said parenting, and I think it's very important.
Yeah.
But we're assuming all parents are as educated, or all parents have the right education on what is best. For me, my children's school made it compulsory. Now, I don't give my children junk, but they have snack voucher, and they go and buy snack. I realized my son was buying sweets. I went to the voucher, to the talk shop to tell them, don't sell sweets to him. I don't want him eating it. So, but he will still take ice cream and stuff. But my children now, their school has fruits and water day. Then it went from being just Tuesday, now it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, fruits and water day. If you bring anything but fruits and water to school, it is seized and thrown away.
Exactly.
So everybody in school now, the talk shop sells oranges, tangerine, fruits. They didn't used to sell it before, and it was just because of one person. Mrs. Agbede, God bless you. The school nurse, she started educating parents, educating the students, even on exercise. Just one person. So we just need champions for our health. And that's why we're doing this show. To educate you, go to your school, join PTA, tell the school. You tell other parents. Some parents don't know. They don't know what ice cream is doing to their children.
PTA can be why they yank it off. Sorry, Auntie Annie. In my children's primary school, it was compulsory to have lunch in school. So for kids like us that they were not eating, I was, in the forefront of make them eat lunch in school. So what they do is that for my kids, for instance, when I was raising them, I used to take my daughter's food outside to my neighbor's twins. Once they start eating with her, she would develop appetite all of a sudden. So it was a great idea, and the quality of food was such that it was so good. There was a provision of 3,000 per term for food those days. There was a provision that we're paying per term for food, for food lunch. Food lunch, my children didn't eat beans at home. They learned to eat beans from school.
Because other people are eating
a lot of,
together.
And the food was healthy. But some parents raised the issue that it was extra cost, and it was taken out without recourse to those of us who
in my primary school, they gave us beans, but the beans had cocoa.
Our beans did not have. Our beans did not have.
But we also need to redefine what we term luxury. Why am I saying that? You find out that some people that didn't come from very privileged homes, right? See maybe ice cream, eating a pizza, all these things, see it as luxury. You understand? When you find out that the real rich, the real privileged, they don't eat certain things. And the real privileged, they didn't grow up eating those things. That's the reality.
It's acquired taste that develops.
So we need to redefine certain things.
Please take a call. I want to add.
Welcome to the show. Good morning. Hello, good morning. You are live. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
One thing I've come to realize in, let me say, Nigeria, I'm a fan of any party in government. That's one thing with me. I don't have a party. If PDP is there today, I'll follow. If APC is there tomorrow, I'll follow. That's me.
One Nigeria.
Then, during our own time, they give us, I don't know if my parents were paying for it. That was primary school, public. Food. The government will give us food. Then, in a week, at least twice I could remember, they will give each student an orange on a Wednesday or so, then Friday, banana. Nothing stops government, from doing this, taking care of children, taking care of their health. It's not so much for them. I don't know why they don't have time. And this is annoying. Health matters. Health matters.
True. Thank you.
If you don't have good health, can you even be a governor or a president?
Exactly.
So it starts from, when we were children or when children are coming up.
Thank you so much.
Just as Amaka mentioned this, what we define luxury, because based on adverts, based on, foreign options, we consider it better. We had healthy snacks. We had our own coconut chips. And I know that dietitians would, vote for the chips and those coconut options. When I was a child, there was this snack. On Western Avenue, if you want to turn to Ojoelegba like this, the mama used to sit down there. They used to sell it, use paper like this to sell it for us. It's called Odukun. You buy boiled potatoes, they'll just, dice it in the paper for you. Add
Dry pepper and salt. Oh, God.
Every day, my 30 kobo na there with the finisher. I would buy that, I would buy banana, and my 30 kobo is done. That was my snack every day. But my kids, if they see me do Odukun at home, they find it strange. What's this? Because that's not what they've seen on TV. They've not seen the coconut chips on TV. They don't like it. They don't see the Oduko on TV. They don't see the dankwa, the kuli kuli. All our snack options that we had as kids that we love. We went to Iseyin in December during the Christmas, and my kids for the first time saw wara. That's the fried cheese. For the first time, and I was like, this is a meat option. The way I was releasing it, they were just looking at it. They did not even try it.
I love it. It's like
they didn't even touch it. Healthy options like this.
Can we get wara? Because I love wara too.
I see in Ilorin.
Yes, if you see those not
I was going to say that actually.
Final.
I want to say NAFDAC actually they do work. They do. I'm not saying they're 100%, but they do try. So I don't want to
just do more.
Throw the baby out with the bathwater because they have been doing a bit of work.
Okay. So my final was that I think that if the government should promote maybe free advertisement for organic snacks, for manufacturer producers of organic snacks, it will also encourage more companies and more people to do that, because the government has a huge role to play in terms of pushing these things out there.
I don't know about that.
Options.
The coconut chips, they used to do coconut chips here.
We still have.
They've stopped.
Yeah. There was this advert I remember, was it Fun Time Coconut Chips?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
No, that one they were mixing down with flour. No, the one they just, just shred the coconut.
That wasn't involved, but it wasn't sugary either.
Dice it, and that was the perfect option of snack. I loved that as a child. My grandma used to make the dankwa with the oil mix. Perfect for snack.
Thumbs up to the UK for protecting and preserve the health of their own citizens and their children. We need to do better as Nigerians. Thumbs up to NAFDAC for their efforts so far. They can do more. There's room for more. We would love if NAFDAC would intentionally cut down on sugar level accepted in all things meant for children, so that we reduce exposure and addiction of children to sugar. We'd like to have more schools implement fruit and water day in their schools to ensure that parents conform to ensuring children bring snacks that are healthy, fruits to school. And then parents, do better. Let this show inspire you to choose the right luxury. Luxury is not junk food. Luxury is not pizza. Luxury is good, healthy, balanced diet. That's all we can take on this segment. We'll take a break. When we return, we continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
You guys, This was the gist about Ira Star and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP. But me, I don't know, Sha. Cause fake logs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for real?
No, no cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, oh. And that's on periods.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and Omo, they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC be cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express. Premium gist on cruise mode. Always first. Always maintain.
Clock it.
Clock it.
You know what, guys? I just joined.
Active.
Jess is right. All you're trying to say to you is for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now to join the TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel.
Muhammad Ali was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky on January 17, 1942. His birth name was Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. He began training as an amateur boxer at age 12, and at 18 he won a gold medal in the light heavyweight division at the 1960 Summer Olympics and turned professional later that year. In his early years as a professional, Clay was more highly regarded for his charm and personality than for his ring skills. He sought to raise public interest in his fights by reading childlike poetry and spouting self-descriptive phrases like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. On February 25, 1964, at age 22, he pulled off a major upset, defeating Sonny Liston to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Marriage, money, and responsibility. A clergyman has sparked a conversation that's bound to get people talking. He warns that men should not allow their wives to carry the financial burden of the household for too long, no matter how supportive, loving, or spiritually grounded they are. According to him, when a woman shoulders the household finances for an extended period, it can take serious toll on the marriage. He also highlights that men facing financial difficulties are in a sensitive phase of life where even small words or comments can leave lasting emotional scars. This morning on Your View, we ask, do you agree with the man of God and why? Do you disagree and why? What are your general thoughts on women and financial responsibilities? Share these thoughts, join us on the conversation by calling us on 020-163-52013 or 090-2416-3440. The numbers are right there on the screen. Tweet to us at TVC Connect, #YourView. We're also streaming on YouTube. Now, before we ended our last segment, Nima had some tweets she wanted to read. Do you still have them?
The YouTube, yeah. Let me see. Okay. So our YouTube viewers were saying that government is short-sighted. That's Oladidi. Said they don't think posterity, tomorrow, and future. Call Michael says that government that has not been able to roof classrooms and provide seats, benches, you want them to feed people.
And bring orange and banana. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so now this topic is one we've discussed a few times. It's not a topic we're strange to, but the perspective of this man of God, I shouldn't put it in air quotes, he's a man of God. The perspective of the man of God is that men shouldn't allow their wives to carry the financial responsibilities in the household for too long. Even if they are kind, even if they are supportive, even if they are spiritually sound. I'm tempted to agree, but YK, what do you think?
To me, I think it really depends. It really depends on the woman. If a woman is going to be your support system, she will be your support system in and out, whether financial, spiritual, physically, mentally, it doesn't matter. To me, I think you're just saying that you're putting women in a box that I don't agree with. If I'm going to support my partner financially, I would do it with my whole heart. There are some women, because there are some cases I've been seeing, the ones that you support financially, that they still desert you. So why are you putting them in a box?
No, I think she's talking from the cultural perspective that we have here in Nigeria, many Africans, where the culture expects that the man is the provider, and men derive a sense of worth from being able to provide. It gives them more of that masculine energy. And so when a woman is filling in that role, it might compromise the structural dynamics of the marriage.
If he needs the help, Uncle.
He says don't let her carry it for long. Don't let her be the one to carry the financial burden.
That's what he said. So let me put in perspective what he said before we react. He was warning them against letting their wives carry primary financial responsibility of the household. Emphasis for too long. And he says that, quietly it will damage the marriage over time. He stressed that the wife, even if she's loving, supportive, spiritually grounded, shouldering the responsibility pressure for too long puts an emotional strain on both partners. And he argued that, even if a man is facing financial hardship, he can especially emotionally be sensitive, and that, it should be guided. I completely, totally agree with him, with this man of God on this issue. Reason is because it's not just, he didn't box any woman. He captured the circumstances that can change per time. So you might even be the full provider of your family. Things can't change. Things can't add. You now dump the entire burden on a woman. Even if she was willing to carry a more responsible man would be trying to catch up.
Let me ask you this question. If the man has been doing it, and then maybe he comes into financial problem, and then she starts to do it, then he has a stroke.
She will do it gladly.
She will do it for long.
Yes.
True or false?
True.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, listen, what I'm saying is, don't leave them.
No, let me disagree. Let me disagree. Let me to give you an example where it is in our custom that a man, maybe he has money and is abusive of a wife, then he goes into the world, wanders off, and comes back sick. She's compelled to stand by him. Yeah. Whether it's no longer about a choice, it's about whether she's a good woman. I heard one of my friends arguing with her husband one time because he went out and came back after 2 days. That not be when you can't get sick now, they call me good woman because I stay with you, or they ask me to be good woman and stay with you. You they chop your life now and not chop my own life. Because it is a thing here. What he's saying is that two responsible adults who respect each other should be in that marriage. That's what he's saying. If a woman is saying, oh, my husband is financially down right now, I'm carrying him, the man cannot now go and take a back seat and say, oh, yeah, I'll do it for the rest of your life. Raise the children. Even if you don't raise them, they will come back and ask for their father, all those kind of things. A responsible man will also be trying. Now, God forbid, he's bedridden, he's paralyzed, he cannot get up again. The woman's circumstance is now permanent. It's not because she was compelled. It's because she was married to somebody supportive before and has decided to now stay with the person because things are no longer working. It's not because of one's narrative that we've seen. Most of these narratives that this man is trying to talk against, we have seen them. A woman who is supportive her husband is recognized as supporting. Where I am from, what I am exposed to, a man is a provider, sole provider of his family. And he's supposed to raise and treat his wife in the comfort she's used to, the standard of comfort she's used to, or the one she wants to even have. It should be his dream.
She doesn't have any standard of comfort.
If she desires it, if she desires gold.
If she comes from a family where she had no comfort.
She desires gold.
Let me jump in here.
Jump in, please.
For me, Fortunately, unfortunately, masculinity, especially in Africa, is hugely and largely tied to finance and provision, right? That's our reality. But then I believe that, you know, provision should be a shared marital responsibility, which is shaped largely by season. As an adult, as a human being with just common sense, we should know that anything can happen at any time. You can be going on the main road, car will hit you. You can wake up in the morning as you want to come down from the bed, your leg will not even stand. Anything can just happen, right? And that now puts the burden on both parties that have decided that they want to start a family as husband and wife to have what they call financial responsibility to each other and to their children. What am I saying, or what am I trying to say? That when you sit down, even if at the beginning of the relationship or marriage, the man is the sole provider, you have to ensure that in case anything happens, because the life is a graph, it goes up, it comes down. It can never be up all the time. So a responsible adult with common sense, we should know that that's how life works. So you have to plan for the days when it will go down. Rainy days when you need support from your wife. How would that support happen? How can we keep this money? How can she, how can I support my wife in her own career, in job, in business, so that for those days when the graph goes down, we can still enjoy the comforts of life that we are used to. It's just about a shared responsibility of two people sitting down to say, this is our life, this is our future, how are we going to plan better, because the graph can never stay up. It's just simple.
Waki, are you going to say something?
I think you are agreeing with me.
Yes, in the same WhatsApp group. I'm in a slightly different WhatsApp group. I feel that there are two different things at play here. And we have a cultural paradigm where a man is supposed to, a man in the African context and in the Nigerian context, even spiritual context, is the provider for the house. And so because of that paradigm, any conversation you are having to advise within that scope would still put the burden on. Let the man find a way to financially handle his house or cut his house financial responsibility to his pockets. It also places, but there are many issues with that scenario, because it means that I've had scenarios where the wife is doing a very big job, maybe her job, she's a high earner and she's supposed to live in VI with what she's earning, and the man will say, you cannot be the one to pay house rent, and one day say, you're the one taking care of me and my children. So we are going to live in, I don't know, I don't want to call, let me Yabuaki. I'm going to live in Alagbole, that's where I can afford. I'm going to live in Alagbole.
It's not Yabis, because I think it's a very beautiful area. I love it.
So I was like, I want to live in Alagbole, that's what I can afford. And lady is like, I can afford to pay for a house in VI. Let's live in VI. But the man, because of this kind of narrative, feels that even though you can afford it, we are going to live on my budget. We're going to live on my own means. It's a wrong dynamics, and it's the story we've been told over and over again, and it causes major crises in relationships because men and women are not created equally. You can find yourself in marriage and you are married to a woman who is a financial powerhouse, and you are also brilliant in your way, but your business sense and all of that is not going to bring the kind of money that your wife is making. Maybe like the commercial making decisions on marriage based on commercial, for me, puts a lot of, it waters down the essence of marriage. So if the woman has capacity to bring in money that would make the family comfortable, and it's not that the man is sleeping.
That's not what he said.
Can I answer?
No, I'm just talking. I'm talking about I'm not talking about his own. No, I'm saying the general dynamics that costs this preaching to be valid. The preaching is valid because the dynamics is, don't let a woman carry financial burden for too long. Even a good woman will be tired. No. But if you have a good woman and a good man, and both of you are working, man is earning 1 million, woman is earning 10 million on a monthly basis. Hello, there is no way that the woman will not carry more financial responsibility than the man because she's earning more. But it's not like the man is sleeping. How do you now deal with that kind of dynamics?
So are you saying
men refuse to think?
Just some women will not talk to the man who's 1 million. Is not even. Is not because I make 1 million, so I will not drop anything. That's what he's talking about.
And aside from that,
those are the dynamics that we know. where a man says, okay, I have bought you pot. Let's put it in local language, the local. I bought you pot, I bought you spoon, I bought you co-pot. Start cooking beans and trace this your 9 boys. That's the local one. That's the one that our parents. Maybe we went to school. That's why we're all working in corporate something.
So I think we're missing the
women open their shops. Women open their shops and struggle through their pregnancies, carry the burden of every child that they have, pay their deliveries, and are married to men.
So
that is wrong.
So I see. I think we are missing. We're also missing the underlining thing. Message is trying to say. He's talking about the main thing. This man is talking about is the sensitivity of men. Is a you problem of a man. What is the you problem? What he's talking about that causes problem long term is a man, right? Feeling that usually before we used to gist and laugh, and I'll tell you, I better get out goats. Then I now take up the financial responsibility over time, and then when I say get out goats,
you now say because you are making more money than me.
So it's the psychological and sensitive, emotional. That is the main issue here, because you find out that there are so many men that are so confident in who they are, to themselves, to their families.
Until they don't have money.
Even when they don't have money, they are so confident in their love. They are so confident. They are so confident in the love they share within their home, right? That even when they don't have money, that get out or that goat will not mean anything to them. They'll still laugh about it. So it's about individual development in terms of why are you mad or why are you angry because you don't have money. When women are housewives and they're depending on you as a man, you don't see them angry, upset because you joke with them or because you make jokes. So it's a masculine problem, especially in Africa, because of how the men are raised and brought up and what they have seen, their parents go through when it comes to finances and, and manhood. So there needs to be a reorientation because they need to understand that marriage is partnership.
We had a neighbor once when I was much younger. So she was the one making money. She had money. And then she now met this other man. So she had a young boyfriend, her mate's boyfriend, and then she had her sugar daddy boyfriend. So when the sugar daddy boyfriend is coming to her flat, she will tell the young boyfriend, go and visit Kinekon. And then this day he came while sugar daddy boyfriend was in the house. He knocked, they didn't open door. He banged, they didn't open door. He did, So he went to go and wait downstairs. Then she now ushered sugar daddy boyfriend out of there. We were all, we were young and we were looking at the whole show. The next thing, the sugar daddy, the young boyfriend now finally opens the door. He just gave her voya on her face. She did like this. I feed you. I clothe you. You are slapping me. In your life. Young boyfriend became
very docile and gentle.
He became very docile. I don't think the relationship lasted long after that.
The two wrongs.
So
the two people in that story.
The two of them are wrong. Wait, let me have better story. So my late uncle was married to a very supportive wife. Very supportive. And I mean that for all the years that my uncle was married before he died, we didn't know that the wife was the sole breadwinner. But one thing I noticed about them, they were extremely close. When she gives birth, instead of mother coming, my uncle will take full responsibility. When his babies are born, he's the one that takes them for their immunization, everything, because his wife was a full executive in an oil company. I will not mention the oil company in question. He will bathe his babies. So we used to call him very woman kind of uncle. He knew how all his babies were born, how they were raised, everything. But he kept looking for this gold job. And then when telecommunications came in, this network company gave him a job, and he was supposed to resume in Benin. On his way, he had resumed, and he was coming back from his first break, and he had an accident on Shagamu Road, and he died.
See why God did not want to
My
give
point
him
is that he did not stop looking for the opportunity to be sole provider for his family.
So that's...
And he never disappreciated this woman. I hope she's remarried now. But then we all loved this woman that was our wife. because of her support. My uncle drove the best cars in this Nigeria, in this Lagos.
This is what you are supporting our own arguments.
I'm not against it. My point is that he did not become lazy and comfortable.
So we are not saying. I am saying, don't say a woman cannot help her man.
He didn't say that.
He said for long.
He said for
how long? Okay, how long is long?
Some people live forever. Some people live forever.
But a man can hustle forever.
I know somebody in his 90s who left it forever.
That's your uncle that you're talking about. That your uncle was forever because he died. She was supporting him.
No. Yeah. When he resumed a good job and everybody he had celebrated that over and over. He just didn't. It wasn't in his destiny. That's one. I know someone in his 90s whose children are bitter about, who never tried.
So that's the one. Nima, your conversation is supporting the man based on the premise
by a man of God,
the man should not. You are supporting the man of God based on the premise that the man should not be men should not be laid back because they have a financially strong wife.
We are not saying
my last one. No, but what I want to say is this, right? Women, if a woman loves you, she'll go to any extent,
for you.
No matter how long she'll do it. Do you know what used to cause problem, especially in this Africa? There's something I always say, and I don't know where I heard it from, but I think I heard it from. I like to hang around older people, and I heard it from somewhere like that. That if they reach, if in Igbo they say, "And tote," you need to get to a certain level in life to be able to do certain things. And I always say that polygamy is not for the weak. You cannot be anyone and want to be polygamous, right? So when they pay woman, be say she don't sacrifice, she give you the car, do everything to support the family.
They go carry another babe outside.
Another babe with the money that is where the pain and anger comes. That is the main cocoa of the matter, especially in
I hear you. I hear you.
That is the main thing.
I hear you. With my money,
that is the
flex
cocoa of this matter. Let us say it as it is.
Okay, fantastic.
You flex.
I love where we are. This is a good place to summarize and end this segment. So, why Nima was very vehement about not supporting lazy men. And I think even this man should be lazy. Yes, even this pastor is saying, don't be lazy, don't be laid back. Don't stay because she can afford it, I can rest. Men are going through a lot of pressure, and I understand sometimes the man self will say, thank God, my wife cannot pay school fees. Let me just breathe a bit for a while. Yes, you might breathe a bit, but don't sleep because if she does it for too long, it might cause inconvenience. And then the icing on the cake that Amaka used to nail this thing completely is that a woman cannot be financially supporting a man, and the man is a man that is not fully financially responsible for the house cannot take money out of that household to run any game outside. It is not good. It is not supportable. It is not advisable. It can cause crisis. That is the real problem that we're avoiding. So don't be laid back. Don't be laid back. Be responsible and be faithful, and we'll all be happy. Whether money day, money no day.
Make woman use her own money do IVF born for you. Then your family still come and talk that.
Off mic. I take a break right now. When we return, we move on to another segment of the show. Let's talk. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to Esplash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare you.
You already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. Esplash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's Esplash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silent, even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the
doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the art.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Yesterday, a fire outbreak gutted an open recycling space and spread to the nearby buildings along Pipeline Road of Ekoro Road in Abule-Egba, Lagos. Thankfully, no casualties were reported, but the incident is yet another reminder of the growing frequency of fire outbreaks affecting homes, businesses across the country that happened over the last couple of weeks. In response to this disturbing trend, today's Let's Talk segment focuses on fire safety, prevention and emergency response with special attention on high-rise commercial buildings and homes. We will also reference the Christmas Day fire incident at the Great Nigeria Insurance House on Martin Street, Lagos Island, which raised serious concerns about preparedness and compliance with fire safety standards. Joining us for this important conversation is Engineer Jumade Adejola, a fire protection engineer with extensive experience in design and installation of fire protection systems in tall buildings across Nigeria. He's an accredited member of the National Fire Protection Association, USA, and the Tall Building Fire Safety Network, UK. Our goal is to help business owners and general public better understand the fire risk, safety standard, and preventive measures while encouraging improved preparedness to and adherence to fire safety regulations. Welcome to the show, Engineer. Join the conversation, please, by calling us on 020-1635-2013. Engineer Jumade, you were with us last year. When we were together, we were discussing this fire matter, and you said, thank God it's raining in December, oh, that is not usual. Maybe that's why we have not had fire. And as he left the show, it did not reach 2 weeks. Pew, 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 fire started happening around. I was like, you had mentioned it that this season, which is Harmattan, dry season, tends to come with fire outbreaks. But as much as this happens over and over again, we seem unprepared in how we respond to the situation. What would you say, especially concerning what the GNI building?
Well, thank you very much, and Happy New Year to everyone.
Yes, Happy New Year to you, sir.
Yeah, the last time I came here, we discussed extensively on then the preparation and what we can do. But unfortunately, we discovered that a lot of fire incidents have just been happening every day. But notwithstanding, I think I was on another television, I was on air with another television house. And I told them basically what I discovered was just carelessness. And on the part of the individual, and then those that own buildings. Yes. I'm not because I'm in this station. Anywhere I go, for the first thing I look around is how prepared are they? I saw that you guys are already prepared for fire incident here. Because I saw the installations. Unfortunately, most of the products use our product, NAFCO product. We did that, and then we can see if everybody can be prepared as you are, I think things will be better. You see, majorly, what I've discovered in Nigeria, most especially in this client, is that people tend to want to install or follow the regulations and do one or two things. But after that, they just leave it like that. They don't maintain, they don't do anything. Now, even when you talk about how have you maintained it, the system they put in place, it's not maintained. And what you don't maintain, you cannot use it at the time of use. Yes. I will tell you something. I said earlier, the other time I came, I said, what normal nations normally do is that they use regulation to control most of these anomalies. And how do I mean? Anomalies in the sense that when you have a building, like top building, thought I'm a member of a top building fire safety network, the only responsibility is given to who we call the responsible person. We call that person responsible person. What does that person do? The person makes sure that everything in that building concerning fire or safety is working. They don't wait until when there is disaster. Because there's routine maintenance, there is check and balances, there is certification. Everybody has to come. For example, the lifts they're using. You can't just start using lift from the beginning of the year when the lift has not been certified. If anybody should die, that responsible person is in trouble. The government is not going to look for the owner of the building. The government is going to look for, or the law enforcement is going to look for the responsible person. Who is that responsible person in charge of that building? For example, look at that Green Nigeria Insurance. If we have, insurance house, if we have a responsible person in that building, you will discover that that person will have told the owner, because I learned that that building has been sold out. The owner will have done what is necessary. For example, you are storing a lot of things, combustible items. You are storing even the bangers that have been banned by the government. You are storing a lot of things in that building, on 24-story buildings. But the fire system that you have in that place is moribund. It's not working. If anything should happen, what is going to be the fate of the people that are in that building? I cannot blame the government, the governor when he got there, because you can't have such building and not protected. We have safety commission in the Lagos State, and they're doing their work. We have the fire service in Lagos State, they're doing their work. Even the government is spending a lot of money on that. But individually, as the owner of the buildings, we are not doing what we're supposed to do. We just leave everything to government. Government cannot be responsible for you.
Can I ask you this question?
Yes.
I agree that they were not responsible. But isn't that a way that government can now start to look at these buildings and go and check, and if they are not doing what is right, close them down?
Yes.
Because because everyone is not going to be responsible. I mean, when you enter a plane, they will tell you from the beginning that you do this, do this, do this. Enter a ship, they will tell you the same thing. So the same thing, you own a building, you have to do this, 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 and this. It's a tall building, you must have fire. So if they have people who are going into these buildings and checking, I mean, look at the one that happened last year.
Afriland.
The Afriland one.
And people just died for nothing.
People died here.
I know people died there.
Yeah, but we cannot get the record.
Because we know...
As in, and how many days after?
We know that we have irresponsible people. The responsible people are irresponsible, obviously. There has to be a way that... Because Nigeria has no consequences. The problem of Nigeria is a country without consequences.
Wow.
That's serious. Okay, let me just answer that one. You see, you said, can government not go in? Do you know that there have been, I don't want to call it law, but everybody knows that if your building is in flame in Lagos State, which I'm very well aware of, and the fire service get to that place, and say no firefighting system, the government takes over that building immediately. That is why the governor can get to that place and say, okay, he ordered immediate control demolition of that building. 25-story building. Do you know how many billions the person that bought it will have bought it?
Wow.
And there's no going back.
Once it's demolished, it's for government.
It's for government. So I think everybody should now call themselves in now and say, it is not about just getting a building. I will tell you, look at all these developers that are building high-rise buildings everywhere. They care less about firefighting system. We have our sales people that go, they don't even care.
So stop them in their tracks.
See, that is what the Safety Commission is doing. The Safety Commission is doing that, and they give them a basement. Stop this building if this thing is not in place.
Then they settle and continue building.
Well, but let's talk about data and how, and the government's responsibility in terms of also data research that can also enable developers to do what they're supposed to do. For example, we can see that within the past 1 month or, there's been fire everywhere. Yeah. Anambra, different parts of the country, right? So if we have a data, even from last year, from 5 years ago, to know why is there, like every time, you find out every Christmas, there's fire in Balogun market, in different markets. If we find out what exactly are the causes of these fires, what is the recurring causes of these fires, and then the developers or everybody can now know what exactly, because they find out that there are some things that are happening that have a certain pattern per time, while some things can just be mistakes or a one-off and things like that. So if we can actually have data as the things are occurring, and then the public can have access to this data, and and you as a developer, you want to employ someone that is going to come and fire check your building, you can really know what you're looking out for, even if it's the basic knowledge. So government has a role to play in terms of data.
Yes, you are correct. Everything comes down to government. For example, in the department where you call the planning, what they call physical planning. In physical planning ministry, there's a requirement that is required for you to build a building. If you don't have this design, most say the MIE designs, it is the MIE, what they call the mechanical and electrical designs. That's where you have all the fire systems embedded in. When you bring it in, they will put it there that are going to do it.
Then they will do it without...
And they will approve it. Just like you rightly said, that why are they not checking? Like I've told them before, that you don't just leave these people to just continue. You go there every phases. When you get to this floor, you have seen what they have done. Is everything approved being done? You have to mark it. If it's not being done, don't let that open. In all over the world, I don't know why Nigeria is exempted. You cannot move into any building without all these things in place. You must make sure that this thing, even in Dubai, they call them the defense, the civil defense. They are the one in charge of this inspection and everything. In UK, it is the fire service. They are in charge. That is why I told you about the responsible person. Immediately you finish that building, like this your building, they expect you to have appointed your responsible person because you don't have the time to come and build.
The responsible person is always irresponsible.
He's not responsible. Corrupt. They don't even have. If I ask you now,
let me tell you what happened to us when we first built the shrine. The responsible person was the electrician.
Okay.
He used a heater, and we didn't know. He used a thin wire for a water heater. We didn't know. We are not the professionals.
You are not professional.
So when the building caught fire, we called him. Do you know what he said? He said, devils are working. Yeah, you need prayers and this.
Can you imagine?
That's what he said.
Can you imagine?
We called another person. That one said, the person that fixed this thing is a murderer.
Honestly, you said
because he knew that this wire that he put here is not for water heater.
I think minimum of 2.5 meters.
Can you imagine?
Yes,
so that electrician was the reason. And he was educated, university, everything, responsible man, pastor, for that matter.
Can you imagine?
Was not a responsible person. So we have many irresponsible people in Nigeria. And I think that is the problem. How do we make those irresponsible people pay for their irresponsibility?
So, because my challenge now, YK, you've asked a very, very powerful question. Because the consequence does not lie on the person that is going to be responsible. The consequence is lying on the owner of the property who would forfeit his property. And all the other
consultants, irresponsible. Let's talk about
irresponsible consultants and the
loss.
See this Balogun market. The loss lies on the innocent consumers that have rented the place, put their facility there. I remember one lady crying in that Christmas video, and there's the lady I followed her when she was going to China for Canton Fair last quarter, saying pre-order. She did video when the orders came in, saying we are bagging your order. All the orders inside building caught fire. It's not our own money. These are lots of Nigerians who are affected by that building catching fire because the products are there. She did video before that. We're blocking
will be having stroke
so
right now.
we are discussing the owner, the person, the billion-naira investments that this man has made into the building is one. The other hundreds of billions that other customers have put in there as their rent and goods is also there. The loss of lives is also there.
And the irresponsible person will go scot-free.
Because abroad, they always trace the electrician or the company.
So it goes around.
So, but in Nigeria, we just go for the owner of the building. But you're supposed to go for the company.
The question I have,
do you understand?
I think we'll settle this. In certain claims, there are what they call post-fire investigation. Whenever damage happens on a building, you want to get to the root of that fire. One of the books I read on some fires, some debris can show you what the cause of the fire is.
Of
whether
course,
it was
we do it.
So in Nigeria here, we've had two.
Yeah, we do it.
Two of these buildings now.
We do that. Yes, I will tell you. Don't worry. Let me finish.
I'm going to. We have had two buildings now. I wanted to ask whether you've heard of any commissioning of any fire experts to investigate whether the cause of the fire.
12 fires.
Because in the whole of Baloguna generator, they cause fire. This is assumed. But in this building we mentioned now, it could have been generator. It could also have been, the banger and all of that the government has banned, that fireworks that they were importing and hiding in. Anything could cause a fire. Why I'm asking this is I said, who exactly was negligent. If somebody puts certain prohibited items or inflammables in a building that stocks that's supposed to be office, it turns into a warehouse, and we need to find who the exact irresponsible or responsible person is by finding who was negligent out. It might be that the building is of good structure, is a good building. Exactly. It might even be that somebody that was the facility manager managed perfectly well. But one Nigerian will say nothing can happen, Joe. God forbid it. And so we need to be sure where this is. Do they do post-fire investigations? And has anybody been commissioned to this?
Yes. I think I need to quickly let you know this. I know some organizations that normally consult us whenever there is fire incident. Go and carry out a forensic investigation for us. We have our forensic scientists working with us. They go there, they pick some items. We take it to the laboratory and find out, and I will tell you the exact thing that happened. We have those experts in Nigeria. We have. But the issue is that, is the government ready to commission those people? Even when they commission, maybe you don't want to step on toes, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. Most of the time, the organization that contact us, for example, I don't want to mention names here, but there's some organization, most of the
private
telecom,
ones.
Private, this telecom. Whenever there is any fire incident, the first thing that we are going to receive a call. Go to that location. Even as far as national work can know everybody, all this mass, we will investigate and know exactly what has happened. And then we give the report. This one that happened. If they have called us, go and do the investigation. We'll have told you exactly what happened. Because it's forensic. It's not.
You mean called you before bringing it down?
Yeah, before they bring it down. Yes. Immediately we get there, they will have to condone of the place. Because if they begin to move out material.
Now you're going to where we are going to, because what we had said before, when Ima asked the question, you were saying it happens, but it doesn't happen officially. And we don't, and you asked the question earlier about data. Obviously, we don't have clear data because we don't, there is always speculation regarding the number of people that died or who did not die. We never hear. And our producers informed me that over the past 12 days, there's been, just the past 12 days, we've had fire in Songo.
We're in the weather now.
We've had fire in Oshodi Arena Market. There's been fire at the market in Abuja. There's been fire at the Ikotu Market, fire in Lekki, fire in Anambra, just over the past 12 days. And we're just entering Harmattan, which means that it's going to get drier over the next few days. I don't want us to just discuss the problems, because we need to discuss the solutions.
Yes.
What can we do to prevent loss of lives and properties in fire over the next few days that we are still in this season?
Thank you very much for this very important question. When this new CG was brought in, that's the Controller General of Fire Service, That was the way there was serious fires at that one at Afriland. And he gave a standing instruction that, look, they should start investigating all the buildings. They've started that already. If I were here in Abuja now, everybody is panicking. Because they can just swing into your building. They want to know what your maintenance log and everything which you are doing. Which I believe the Lagos State too need to start immediately. Not only Lagos. But
they started. Fire people came to the shrine.
Yes.
I remember seeing them. I remember them coming, checking what we had in place. And then they even still made us pay money.
They came before the festival, right?
Before. They came earlier in the year. So it's not that they haven't started. They have started. Maybe they haven't reached everywhere.
You know you're close to Alausa. So they will get to you
They
fast.
have the people they like to catch.
And let me just add this. Even most of the instruction they gave, I hope you follow suit. Because when they ask you, do this, I hope you do it.
People didn't ask us to do anything.
So
no, they will.
Yes.
They will.
So because of my legal whatever. So
yes.
my thoughts will always go towards that, because I believe that at every point in time, anything can happen to anybody. Anybody can own buildings, and I believe that every point in time, fair justice should be served. And do you think, in your opinion, that in this situation that happened, without proper forensic investigation and report, that fair justice was served by having that building forfeited without proper investigation being carried out?
See, they got there, the fire service saw that all the system they had there were moribund. The first thing you need to do when you buy such building is not for you to lease it out. It's for you to do what is proper. Either legal or no legal. You know, what we are saying is that we are talking of the life of people here. Legal will come after people are living. Because you can only apply this legality on people that are living. Now, you bought a building. You did not carry out everything. The next thing that you two want to make money is good. It's for investment. But if you want to make investment, you understand that everything in that building must be working. But you don't do that. So if the government has told you, it's not their fault. We're supposed to know what to do. Go to the Department of Physical Planning. You did not go there, you just bought it in, and people started loading it. The governor can just get there and say, okay, demolish. Because he has the prerogative to do that.
In the interest of the people.
In the interest of the people, because they say it's the interest of the public, for the public interest.
Yeah.
So there's all you can do. The law cannot override that.
But you see, when they were demolished the building, I think before they demolished it, people ran inside to go and be collecting their loads.
Yes.
That's why people died in that building now. You know those three brothers that died? There were three brothers that died. They said they went in to go and
bring their things
out.
But what would the government have done? Because there are people, they were already
they are cordoned off and human beings ran into the place. When you cordon off, you shouldn't allow. Even if they had insisted, they should have been arrested.
You don't get it. It was unruly of them to go in.
Yes.
They must have been stopped. We have complained about, and we are out of time. We have complained about not carrying, when you see if tanker fall, don't go there and scoop, don't go there and scoop. The people will still go there and scoop. So when you talk about unruly people, you really cannot, I can't blame government for, we have a lot of unruly people. You know, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Letubaje, for coming on the show with us and educating us on fire hazards. Please check your fire compliance, talk to a consultant, check your fire extinguisher, train your team, and most importantly, get insurance. At the end of the day, get a fire insurance.
I think, give me 1 second. The Lagos State government has already assented into the fire law. And the governor has already signed it.
So,
in the next 1 month, you will see what will be happening in Lagos State. All this thing that is happening here and there, when they take over your property, don't blame the government because I've already told you.
All right, that's all we can take on today's show. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.